All right. Couple of different emojis I just put out there. Well, emojis, GIFs. Check them out. You go down to the chat and you hit the chat button. I created a couple more. I've got the new flip emoji and the pocket 3 emoji. Try them out. So there's the pocket 3 little emoji right there. Pretty amazing. So anyway, trying to add some more fun back on here. And we are just kind of moseying along today, kind of poking around. I'm trying some different things. As you can see, the thumbnail I've been working on, been putting a little bit um, more time into my work. So if you go to Adobe, and this used to be Adobe Spark, now it's Adobe Express. Um, I'm actually adding different links to the bottoms of my page. So um, with YouTube now, I can put direct promotions right in from my channel. So if there's something I really like and I use a lot, I'm trying to add those things that really make my channel nice. Um, there's a lot of those. Every once in a while, I get questions about that, and I even get asked about, hey, go through the process of making a video. How do you go and make a video? How do you start from drone footage and create a story? Um, that one definitely. If I watch what goes on around the buzz of YouTube, I would say that is the art, the gifted art. You're either a you're either just showing a drone, you're streaming live and giving information, or you're storytelling. And I think that's the thing that I I put most of my time in. It has to have some kind of an interest. Okay, it has to give whoever's watching it some kind of value. And as far as, look at that, check that out. My translucent water. I just messed with that today. I was throwing skies in for a long time. Now I'm throwing in moving water. I was trying to make actually a moving stream, but I ran into that color. So anyway, that's the thumbnail. That's the, like I said, the entertainment part. It is kind of cool. I could actually walk through the process that I go through to create things like that, like thumbnails, meaningful thumbnails. I mean, everything in that thumbnail has to speak to what is going on. So, everything they added. So, if you go to the very top of the image, you'll see that there's been a lot of information going out, a lot of information about the Chinese search engine DeepSeek, the Chinese AI search. Um, Not very impressed with that at this point. I think it's definitely like a Chat GPT-1 kind of vibe going on there. It might even not even be that. It's pretty low key. It's not very good. There you go. Almost all the search information you get from that is old. Um, I actually tweeted out. I asked a DeepSeek a question. My question was, what is why should I, as a Macintosh user? Okay, this is not a Mac. This is the PC. But if I was, so say I was going from the M3 chip to the M4 chip, what would be the advantage? So why should I do that? And I put that into DeepSeek, and it didn't know what the hell I was talking about. It also was frozen in like the year 2022. So it didn't have any information about DeepSeek in the 20, it didn't have any information at all about things going on in 2024 or 2025. It doesn't know anything. It's lost its data is old, so it couldn't answer the question. And I did the same thing in a couple of other search engines. I did it in I did Gemini. I did so here's DeepSeek if you want to look at what it is. So well, that is DeepSeek. I'm not going to log into it, but anyway, that's the site for DeepSeek. Due to large scale malicious attacks on DeepSeek services, registration may be busy. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Anyway, that's DeepSeek. This is Gemini. This is the Gemini search engine that I use. So Gemini, I mean, I can go. Okay, compare the Apple M3 processor to the M4. Okay. I think a lot of people want to know that. So it's going to give me, so it's going to go and talk about that. It's going to talk about all the capabilities of it. And it's going to talk about, the biggest differences and trade-offs. And I mean, if I'm looking for that information, it'll give me, something to chew on, So that. Here, I'm gonna go and see if I can. I'm gonna punch back into DeepSeek and see if I can get back in there. Uh, okay, there we go. It knows me. Of course, the Chinese will let me in. I kind of badmouthed them a minute ago, so maybe they improved it. All right, let me see what it does. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to. So this is the Chinese version of DeepSeek right here. Compare. Let me see. Maybe it. The Apple, whoops, the Apple M3, compare the Apple M3 processor to the Apple M4. Let's see if it's got that figured out by now. There we go. Yeah. Okay, right there. There you go. It says the Apple M4 processor has not been officially released yet. The release date is likely. I mean, it doesn't even know that processor has been out now for quite a while. I mean, it's saying likely. It says differences expected. There you go. That's why DeepSeek is not very good. And by the way, DeepSeek's AI array is made up of an NVIDIA low-end NVIDIA processors or NVIDIA cards. So kudos to NVIDIA, whose stock took a hit this week because of this absolutely miraculous search engine that came out that can't ask the basic question. Uh, so I don't think we have to worry too much about this right now. You know, so as of my knowledge cutoff, October 2023. So there it is, right there. You just saw it right there. There is a deep seek fail right there, live on Dad Random. I picked that question about a week ago, and it's just sucks. So anyway, stay with Gemini. More than likely, DeepSeek is set up so it can basically suck up all the information from my computer by logging in, and it's probably a uh, an entry point for spying. And you know that I would be a huge spying target because Dad Random is definitely on the cutting edge of everything. Oh yes, cutting edge Dad Random. But yeah, so check out the yes. Let's see here. Yes, less flipping way or yes flipping way, and then we can now add um, one of these. Oh, so we can do that now. Pretty nice, huh? Okay, so yeah, I think the things that have really affected my channel, I basically create little emojis, little little giffies. So anyway, that was kind of the beginning. I wanted to hit that topic, and I wanted to kind of, stop some of the, convince you guys now that the fear of AI coming from China right now is slight. All right, so going back to this, there's the thumbnail I just built. So if you're interested in making really good thumbnails, okay, if this is where if you want to make way better thumbnails, um, you need to you need to get this app. You need to get the Adobe suite, um, and get into the Adobe Express. It is so worth the money. So it is definitely worth it. Because I mean I literally if there's a couple of tools that I use now, the one thing that I am starting to question my use is my music use, but um, the price keeps going up with that, and that one is I'm really thinking hard about how I might be able to save some money. It used to be like $10. Now it's up to like 17 or something like that, where I pay $10 for this. I don't pay a lot. I pay the minimum amount, but I get AI use. I mean, I can create whatever. So like to make this scene right here, first of all, this is made up of several layers of images. So I basically take things that I do, and then I cut images from them. So, for example, this picture of me holding the flip is from the latest video I did. I just cut it out, and then I basically remove the backdrop out of it. So if I go back and then I take that image there, you can see that the backdrop there, that's the backdrop that I used, and then I just let the AI cut it out. And as far as the scene in the back, that's two layers. Okay, so if if I squeeze this down here, I just want you to see the end. See now, these are all the layers of the video right here. So you can see this is my water layer right there, and that is my rear scene. So everything is built backwards from the water. So if I want to create this pool and I want to get it to move, I have to put it behind the layer in front of it, and then I have to cut out different pieces. Like if I want to move the sky, I could move the sky. Um, I don't know. Let's see. I can experiment with that. So I go into my media files. I look in my videos for a sky. I'm going to go ahead and find. I'm going to say a colorful sky. Okay. All right. So because I want a pretty a beautiful background. So there it is right there. You see that colorful sky back there with the sun? Now we got water in it. That might not be the video, so I can go back to replace and look around for something else. I've done this with a bunch of different videos. Like here's a sky right here with some color. You can see it moving like that. So once again, I have to put it in the rear in the background layers. So I would basically drag this image here all the way down to the back. Okay. So I got to go even under the water. Okay. And the next thing I would do is stretch out that image to cover the back of the video and then probably crop it up. So I want to take this bottom and just crop it out. Um, yeah, so I'd hit the crop tool and then I'd grab I'd grab the image from this point and just drag it up to where the sky is at the very end right here. So there it is right there. And then now is where I got to erase part of this layer. So I have to get into this layer right here. Okay, this is basically an AI created image layer. And this is where you gotta kind of mess around. You gotta drop, you see that layer behind it? So this is where I've gotta like, let's see, like get me out of the way. And you can see I've got goggles on and, so I've gotta, play around with other things. So this is where it takes a little bit of time. Now you can actually combine images. Like for example, I could bring these two together. So I can go like that, and then group them together and it'll say group. And then I can take that group and whoops, it should be a group. Well, maybe I didn't call it a group. Anyway, you gotta group those together. Otherwise they'll keep moving. So let's see. Let that and that. Let's see if it'll group that. There we go. That should be grouped now. There we go. So now the goggles will move with me. I just got to move myself out of the way if I want to play with that sky up there. Okay. So I'm going to drag this down here. And then what I want to do is erase some of the sky. So I'm going to go into that image right there. I'm going to go to erase. Now there's the erase template. And now there's some actually quick selections. Sometimes you get lucky with quick selection. It's kind of a crapshoot. So I can go up here and I can select out. You see how it took out all of that sky right there? And maybe I can quick select some of that right there. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm going to just leave that. Okay, hit done. All right, sometimes it works out. And you see the sky moving now in the background? So that's the sky that I added. Okay, and you can see that that video wasn't long enough to meet with this one. So I usually what you have to do is you have to go and you have to add another sky and to go down to edit timeline. You can see if I can find where's my sky right here. There's my sky. You see how it's not long enough and it won't let me drag it. So I have to actually duplicate it. So I'll go here and I should be able to just duplicate it or yeah, I should be able to, let's see, replace, right there. I should be able to add, right there, add scene. You should be able to add that video twice. Let's see if I can do it. Did you want to put it, back to back? Well, this is the easy way to do it. So you go there, that layer here. I got to show my layers again. Let's go back to here, collect that there. It should let me, it's not giving me a menu. Let's see, replace, maybe it's up here, duplicate. Yeah, there it is, duplicate. Okay. And it just put it on the top. So I'm actually going to have to shorten the first one and then I'm going to have to create two back to back here. So you got to you got to understand what it's asking. You got to kind of go, okay, you know, that's, um, that's not what I intended. So you got to play around. So let's just see what I still got here. Yeah, it's still got there and I got my water. You don't want to mess up what you already have, but you want to take the rest of that. So I'm going to drag this down till I can see my sky again. See how I see the sky again? There it goes right there. Okay. So now I got sky there and then I want to add a scene and I can duplicate that scene. So I want to duplicate that previous scene there. So now it's just going to go from scene to scene and now I doubled the size. Now, when it comes to those, you have to decide how long you want to do it because the longer you make those scenes, the more it takes out of your computer. So you have to decide, well, do I need a scene that's that long? And I don't know, we're at what 16 seconds right now because every second you add will basically grind on your CPU when you put it into say OBS or whatever you're going to use. So anyway, hey guys, how you doing? I'm just talking about using and creating thumbnails and how I basically do what I do. Okay, so how I add basically things into and create, you know, there's my goggles. Everything's just layers. It's creativity and layers. It really gets down to that. So, and like I said, it gets to do with time. I once you play around with with a program like this, it just it just it kind of builds on itself. Like right now, I wanted to add some colorful sky. I can change that sky right now. So now that I've got it set up, I can like make the sky change completely. So I can go from one scene to the next scene. Let's see I got to see what the transition looks like. It shouldn't transition much. It should just change. Yeah. It moved me because I'm not moved in the other scene. So I guess I went from here to there. I guess I jumped up. I can make it more gradual, so I could do this at a transition, and like I say, I can like dissolve it. Okay, so watch this. So same scene right here, and it'll dissolve me up. So it's like I stood up. So that was kind of a good little accident, a nice little accident right there. So anyway, that's anyway, I just I wanted to show you guys what I use to make thumbnails because I'm very creative in this and I think it's a huge part of what creators if you want to get into this game, this is what you're fighting against. You're fighting with the creative mind of people and their ability to, to make, interesting stuff, And this is just something I like to do. So it's very easy. And I can create these beautiful backdrops, you know, just keep knocking them out. And I can totally change the backdrop, but in this case, I don't want to because of the water I put in there. Putting that water in took some time. That was probably the thing that took me the longest. So, is the flip now compatible? Uh, the flip is not compatible yet, but it will be, and it's not going to be full manual. It's going to be exactly like it's going to be exactly like it's going to be exactly like the oops, let me put myself back in here. But anyway, it's going to be exactly like this. It's going to fly a lot like this. And the reason being is it, it, it's really not built. It's not built for that. Okay. So I can imagine them wanting to sell more goggles. It's going to get down to that. This is going to eventually be connected to this. They're just waiting for people to buy the gear. So yeah. And yeah, and then the motion controller, yes. And like I said, the DJI wants you to fly the motion controller. Now, would it be nice? Will it fly with the will it fly with and this is, a little bit of time off. The big question for most of us will be, oh, come on here. I got to get into the bag here. The big question, will it fly with this? And it can, because if it can connect to the goggles, it can fly with this. So this would just act just like a controller, your other controller, like an like a controller N3. Okay. So anyway, that's kind of I think they want to use their gear as much as possible, and anytime they can cross it over. Um, but for example, this will not, I think it will be able to roll. My guess is they'll be able to roll and you won't be able to put on, just like on the Neo. When you take the Neo and you go into a steep dive, it automatically will auto correct. It will not let you dive. Same thing with this one. It's gonna keep you from doing certain things, but you'll be able to fly manual light. You'll be able to turn fast. You'll be able to probably roll. Um, so so anyway, yes, I am very hopeful that this is gonna work out. Because when it comes to flying, it would be nice to go, okay, today I'm gonna fly the flip, and then I just take the Avata 2 out of my bag. Okay, I've got my bag of stuff, and I got to do is switch out my I just take this out, stick it aside, grab my, say I want to fly the flip, throw that in the bag, and now I can completely fly. I can fly that drone. I mean, to me, that is a huge advantage when it comes to DJI making, making a useful. And then, of course, I can change my goggles out. But to me, this just will sell more. It will sell more drones. I mean, it's just gonna. Um, and the flip tilt would fit great in here. I mean, it's so if I go on a certain trip and I want to fly a certain way, and okay, I want to have really good manual control. And to me, the big thing is goggles. I I when it's sunny out, I want to fly with goggles. It gives me the best case scenario for flying. I mean, I don't have to worry. I don't have to fight with the sun. And I can fly in peace, basically. So, hey, Rigger Brew, you can put the Neo into, yeah, you can put it into manual mode. Absolutely. But it doesn't. Okay. In manual mode, if you go like this, the drone will autocorrect. Okay. It doesn't let you do a lot of things. It will allow you to do really fast yaw turns. It'll allow you to do some steep banks. Okay, but that bank is limited. You can crash it. I mean, but if you try to like flip it, if you try to if you try to roll it, it won't do that. It is not going to roll. Okay, it doesn't do that. It basically acts like a drone that wants to shut off at that point. Okay, but you can do nice steep banks. You can do really quick turns. Yeah, this thing flies fun in manual. I have a great time flying this in manual. I'm actually making sure the batteries are ready to go because I'm taking this out with the N3 goggles. So these puppies are going out together. So, but yeah. Now with the flip, I can't do it yet, and the flip has a much better camera. So this is just fun to play around with, but I want to do the same thing. Um, like I said, the flip will be the first Cinewhoop foldable Cinewhoop. There's no other Cinewhoops that can fold. It's the only one. So if it flies in manual, it will be the first, I would say, three-quarter FPV Cinewhoop. But we're not quite there yet. Um, is Brent on here? Is Possum on here? Okay. The Neo will roll in manual. Yes, it will. It'll roll. I've had it roll, but it'll roll, but you can't dive in manual. Okay. It will roll in manual, but if you dive in freaking manual, it will autocorrect. Okay. One of the things I did was I love to dive. Diving is fun. So I'll get it up to 300 feet and I'll put it in a nose dive and then and I like to turn. Okay. I like to let it float down because you get those really cool shots. So yeah, yeah, Jerry, it will roll. Yes, it will. It will roll. Let's see. But yeah, it is definitely a treat. Most of us, I'm just saying, if most of us fly the Neo like this would be much more fun for you because this is like a Neo on steroids. Okay. So you've got the Neo right here, and then you got the Neo on steroids, which is the O4 system. This is what the Neo should be. I wish the Neo was like this so bad. I don't know why they didn't build a O4 full on O4 Neo. Maybe they're going to have a Neo 2. Um, by the way, this is actually a note Brent just posted. Um, Possum and Possum. I'm going to see if I can find that post he made. Um, I really feel bad because he had just a very slight crash, and I'm going to see if I can find him here, right here. So this is from. Get this over here. This is from Brent. Uh, And that's what happened to his his antennas. That's his O4 antennas. And that was, he said he hit a small branch. Okay. So it should die fine. Yeah, Jim. Okay, but this is what happens when you hit a branch with your O4. Look at how it sheared off both antennas. Now Brent's saying that he just barely hit a twig, which I can believe. It looks like he hit it, it definitely hit the ground too, in the same kind of thing. But it really blows me away how easy those antennas snapped. Isn't that crazy? You know. So I'm really surprised at the at what happened to those antennas that he said they just snapped. Now, I mean, I've had some pretty good crashes. I wonder if he would have had them extended up a little bit more. I've got these extended pretty high, but it's looking like this plastic is not very shear resistant. So I'm kind of worried about that. I'm kind of worried that because everybody's going to crash. Now, the good thing, okay, and Kai can talk about it on Tuesday, but those antennas are replaceable. There's a that you can go and put new antennas on there, probably better antennas on there, um, and ones that won't break, more flexible. So Brent's not he's not his day isn't ruined. He's just going to have to order a couple of what are they right-handed or left-handed um uh, uh props or I'm saying props antennas. So that's definitely a discussion that Ty and I can talk about, or he can discuss and talk about because of this. There's a couple of things that I think he should talk about, things that Mads Tech talked about, which I'm not gonna get into today. I think that's a Tuesday stream kind of thing. But the cable connector for the light for the camera. That's a discussion issue, and of course now we have we have this issue here, which to me is not is definitely a durability issue. I think that's just cheap plastic, you know, when it gets down to that. So, all right, let's see. Let me get caught up on the chat here, guys. I know I got a lot of folks in here. I want to like Rigger Brew. I want to get you in here, get you in our moderator group. Thank you. Appreciate you. I just got to get this. There we go. Save that. I just got to pull that. All right. Wild captures. Let's get you in there too. Thank you for popping in with us today. But yeah, come on Tuesday of next week, and I think that's a discussion item that we can kind of get in further, and Kai can talk a little bit about the solution, um, which he's been sharing with me. But it's something like I said, it's probably Brent speeding. Yeah, you know what we think. What we think is maybe a light crash. Maybe it isn't. UFL connector. Yes, the UFL connectors, and then of course you have to have the right, yeah, left hand circular polarized antennas. They have to be the right direction. So unplanned creative. Oh, that's Dave Shakur. We got him in there. Yeah, Neo's never intended to be full, right? It was basically just a fun variant, and that's what I'm thinking, Gabe. That's what they're going to do with the flip. I mean, there's no, um, the Neo is what it is. I don't know if they could just let it loose. They probably could. You would have to turn off that. There's probably attitude protection on here, so when you get to a certain degree of bank, that it will auto save. There maybe in a pro version they might do that, but what they want to do is save kids from just from ruining their toys. So we might get a version, a pro version with the, why wouldn't, stick an '04 in there? Let's just call it a day, man. We'll buy it. It's going to be basically it's going to be a $400 it's going to be a $400 2-inch whoop. So, but yeah, thank you, Gabe. Let's add Gabriel in here. Gabe Shakur, photography genius. So we're adding him in. But yeah, there is a software to override it. Oh, if you could add more information on that, that would be a nice one for us to know. Like I said, I'm not so excited about this because like I said, the camera sucks so bad that I really don't even like to look at the flight footage much. I just like to fly it. It's fun to to see and fly. But like going over the footage afterwards, it's kind of like, because guys, I'm a snob. I'm a video snob. But guys, you put an '04 in there and different world. So hey, back RD, hey, how you doing? But yeah, the Neo is like the perfect. To me, the Neo is kind of the perfect fun flyer. It is really fun. It has just enough power to do a lot of different things. It has a decent amount of flight time. You just got to get rid of all the stuff. So if you want the thing to really perform, you're going to have to pull off. Like I would pull these bumpers off. um, it doesn't really need them. I mean, literally, it can fall out of the sky. These bumpers are more of a just kind of an appreciation for. I just bought them from Dono's channel, Ken Dono Dobo's channel. So just to put them on. I mean, it's he's trying to make a living. So um, they're nice. They work. They're definitely giving it more protection, but they're adding weight. I'm probably losing a minute of flight time because of those things. So it does take away your flight time. You gotta, but you have to balance it out. Do I want flight time? And of course, this thing you can fly without a controller. Period. There's a lot of really neat things going on. Um, and the flip itself is giving us that. This is when I like to wear my DJI mics when I'm doing my live streams. But but yeah, so I would like to be able to have a bag that I can like cross set up. Look at all the dog hair on there. Man, look at all the noise in the video. Holy crap. That is so bad. I got to get a new camera. That Brio's amazing, but it's time to upgrade. A little bigger sensor, maybe. But but yeah, so it's nice to be able to have a kit with all the stuff you want to fly with. And I threw my right there. So I've got my camera gear in there. So there's my my Pocket 3 and then there are my mic minis. So normally I would be using my mic mini and my stream. Freaking awesome, by the way. And then I put the flip over here. So the flip just fits right in there. And then the flip batteries are in here. So to switch this out, I would go, take this stuff out. Okay, so these cameras come out of here. This would be my switch over. I would take my new goggles, those go in there now, and then I would switch out my controller. Okay, so this thing now comes out, right? And then I switch it out with the FPV controller. Bam! Now I got a new kit. You see how freaking sweet that would be to be able to flip kits like that. Oops, there's the battery coming out of there. So that's kind of my hope is to be able to like organize my kit. Okay, am I going to fly with a controller today, or am I going to fly with goggles today? And if I'm going goggleless, once again, I go and take my goggles out. Put them in a package, and you know just take them out and then flip it over to controller day. So like I'm saying, hey, I'm going to fly controlled today. I want, so we go controllers, you see that? And, whatever I want to put in here, like literally I could go like this and then I could put flip in there or I could put, I mean, Neo in here. So now I've got gear. This is all basically controller flying because this RC2 can fly both of these birds. And then, of course, the RC or the batteries, the flip batteries, bam. So now I'm set up for RC. So that's kind of to me, that's the beauty of what DJI is doing is we can change our kit and modify it to whatever way we want to fly. And so the goggles, folks, like it's sunny day, and I don't want to look in a screen or fight with the sun. If it's nighttime, I wouldn't mind flying with the controller. But if I want a little bit more control, I'm going goggles. So I mean, if you're a professional pilot and you're doing this crap, there are things that you need to do in goggles. You're like, okay, I don't want to do this with controllers. I want to have more control. I want to be able to see it and feel it more. I want to get my shot, and the only way I can see my shot is by flying my shot. So anyway, that's to me, that's the whole beauty of the whole kit is that we can basically switch those kits out for whatever we want to do. So anyway, it's just because all of us, there's not one. I don't want to have like a bag for everything. I don't want to have a bag that's just FPV gear. I want to be able to flip my bag around and bring the gear that I'm just going to use. Yeah, I could get a giant camera bag and put it all in there, and I have a 400-pound freaking you know package that but if I'm traveling, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to travel, I want to bring my flip and I want to bring maybe my Neo because if I just want to throw it up really quick, because my Neo, I don't need a controller at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm on vacation. I've got my Neo. I've got my FPV gear, but I also can fly this without my gear. So I'm just telling you, friggin' DJI is making it literally impossible to not fly a drone. I mean, it's just amazing. I got like goosebumps just talking about that. Dude, really, I'm not kidding you. Isn't that sick? We that bad? So anyway, I wanted you to think about that. And you guys that haven't been here, this is um um let's go here right there. These are the antennas of the '04 after what Brent Newman calls, or Eat More Possum calls, a light crash. So I don't know, guys. I've crashed so many times. I have never broken the tip of an antenna. So I guess you can ask. I guess Kelly. I already said drone. You can ask him about how to break those. I don't know. I don't think he's even broke them. So I feel bad for Brent. Brent did have some great things to say about his goggles. He says he wears them without glasses. Yes, I can wear them without glasses too. I don't like the amount of there's enough blur to it that I'm just like, you know what? It's so easy just to have my glasses. Just keep them on. Quieter neoprops. I I don't really think it's possible because of the RPM. Um, right now, the I'm waiting for an Emacs style prop. I think if there was an Emacs style prop, it would probably cut down on some of the noise. Here, what I mean by Emacs, let me show you. So this is a traditional prop, okay? What Emacs did was they put a rake in their prop. So this, if you can I think you can get a prop like this. This could cut down the noise, okay? It extends the edge, makes it a little bit smaller because a lot of the noise comes from the edge. This seat to me does take some of the noise and helps, but we're never going to lose the complete, the high RPM sound. It's a high whiny pitch, but this does help. These help this one. So I would look for maybe a four-bladed prop. I think there might be some. I'm going to try some. I have not done it yet. Guys, I got so much crap to do. But I'll look around. Let's go look actually right now. So let's do a real quick check. But to me, that type of prop does help. It doesn't make it, because it's not going to make it silent, but let me just see if I can find, let's see, um, DJI Neo. Let's see what we got here. Um, yeah, right. Okay, let's see. So we're looking for a prop that has a um, more of an Emax style rake to it. Let's see. I've been told that there's a multi-blade prop that you can use. Um, Low noise. I haven't tried these yet. Oh boy, they call these low noise. Here, I'll show you here. Let's go to screen share. Okay, so there it is right there. So these are considered low noise. I think it needs to have more curve on it. They look exactly like the ones I've got. I mean, these technically are said to be they're the same ones. They do go on there. Guys, they're $6. So you could these are good props. I like them. I mean, it would be nice to maybe have red on both of them. Okay, it's not the prop that's making all this. It's the prop guards. Um, let's see. These are yeah, they're almost all of them are the same. That's what I say, the Master Airscrew version. I don't think Master Airscrew makes a Neo prop yet, but just because they say they're going to be quiet, that's but so, basically it's the sound of the is it vibration inside of the I guess that's something we can talk about, Kai, on Tuesday. We can talk about prop noise, maybe reducing it. Um, I think you can, smooth it out the sound, but it's very hard to get it to the point where it's what we would consider to be low. Um, those Avata 2 props. Let me see if there's anything on, let me check on eBay. See if what other props there. Usually Amazon has everything that eBay has. And so we got these prop variants. So here's some here that I haven't tried right here. But if you look at those, I think they have a longer screw. Um, these are 5-bladed props for the Neo. Um, so I have not tried those. And has anybody here tried those? Tried 5-bladed props for the Neo? It might make a smoother sound. I was told that you lose performance. Most of the people, one of the things that I've heard about adding the 5-bladed props was that they lost performance. Um, so let's see. If you look at the RCDF jets, Evolution 3 years of quieter and more scale like sound, more blades. For example, jets 5 blades to 12. Okay, that's that's a but this is something we can do, right? We can try that. I'm willing to do this. This is guys, this is an $8 freaking it's an $8 test. It's not hard. I just want to make sure that they come with screws, that the screws and everything fit. Um, so I would have to look. Yeah, this says it comes with a screwdriver, so hopefully it comes with the correct screws. That to me would be really important. Let's see. Propellers, blade paddle replacements for the DJI Neo. I think I'll try this. I'm going to order some. Um, let's just make sure that this comes with the screws. Let's see. Brand new, unopened, undamaged packaging. Let's see if it comes with the. Let's see. Provides comes with standard screwdriver with a standard. The process is adapted to the original screws. No screws are delivered. So it says the product comes standard with a screwdriver. The propeller is adapted to the original screws. So there we go. I'm gonna try some five bladers. Why not? Why not? Should I go with clear? Or I would like to find an orange set actually. I don't want this multicolored thing unless it's just the different colors that it comes with. Um, yeah, I don't want a freaking clown show flying around. I'm kind of there we go, right there. So yeah, you can select the color. So let's go with they come in pairs. So they don't come in full on sets. So you get two for $8. That's a little pricey. That's a little pricey for two products. I'm paying for the screwdriver and the shipping. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find them on Amazon. I'm gonna find them on Amazon. Oh, good. This is a good test. I like this. This is something I can, there we go. Avada, those are Avada props. So I'm gonna see if I can find a DJI Neo um 5 blade props. There we go. There we go, right there. There's a set for $9, $10. There's one for seven, the whole set. Not there. I'm gonna have to get clear ones. So I can go yellow replacement. It says including screws. So this actually comes with the screws. That might be just to make sure I get everything I need. If they have orange, guys, I like. There we go, right there. I have to pay freaking. Is that the freaking dad random freaking upgrade right there for $11? I gotta. Oh, that's the dad random price. Lightweight propeller kit with screwdriver, drone prop wings, parts replace. So low noise. That comes, there's two for $9. We don't want that. I want the one that comes with the freaking extras. I want new screws because the new screws, let's see, with coupon right there. Okay, I'm just going to go with the freaking, I'm not going with color. It looks better on a video though. When you're doing a video, if you got, you know, this one right here comes with the screws. I like that. That to me, does it come with different colors? Let's see if it comes different colors. Yeah, it does. There you go. $9 right there. Free delivery. Delivered to Vernon. Who the hell is Vernon? Oh gosh, who the hell is Vernon, man? All right, I gotta change that out. Yeah, check if the screws got the blue Loctite on them. I do have Loctite. I have a tube of it. Just to um I don't see it on there. They're long too, so yes. We'll definitely have to Loctite those things. You look at those close, you can see that they're longer. Be very careful that you don't strip out the holes. Make sure I would hand tighten or at least lightly. Um, so be very careful when you're putting aftermarket screws on there. Um, but they're definitely longer. So all right, that's a plan right there. But we're not delivering those to Vernon. We're gonna change that up. There, let's send it. Oh, yeah, we gotta sign in there. We're not signed in. So anyway. Yeah, we're not sending anything to Vernon. Goodbye, Vernon. But yeah, these here are all gonna come from China. So all right. So yeah, I'm gonna try those five bladers, and these are orange. Let's see, green, pink. They're out of stock. See, everybody likes the orange ones, guys. I started something. What about gray? Gray's kind of interesting. Gray, that's kind of the translucent one. That's not my style though, guys. You guys know that I go orange or I go home. So anyway, I think I'll buy them on Amazon. All right. So we have a plan. And we're not sending anything to Vernon. Okay. All right, ladies and gents. I think we covered everything we needed to cover today. Do not use Loctite. The Loctite eats the props. All right. I guess if you did get Loctite on there, it would maybe loosen them. That would not be good. So the biggest thing is just to make sure when you're tightening that you don't over tighten. You snug them in there, and then you just check your props. So the big thing is just check your props. Just check them on a regular basis. Um, but I like I said the sound. It would be nice to test the sound issue. Like I said, what I was told is that you lose performance. So with the five bladed prop, you're going to get maybe a better sound, possibly a better um, sound profile, but you're going to lose performance. Okay. Um, I don't know. To me, with these, I'd like to have performance. I'm not really worried about people, but I'm definitely for $10, I'm intrigued, you know. Do I think never go full color? Clown. Never go different color. I'm telling you right there, man. This is my color right there. Orange. Orange and gray, just to me, just for some reason go nice. You'd think, well, why don't you match your logo or something? Nah. For some reason, the Avadas, I really like orange. And you're saying, well, why do you got red on these? Well, I got red on these because red tells me that they are master air screw. I always buy with master air screw. I always buy red, um, because it's kind of like their signature for my drones. Orange is usually my other ones. So, and I like these. I'm keeping these on. I'm not changing them. I'm not changing them over. The Avata 2 is flies like a freaking champ with these, and I'm not changing it. To me, it's just amazing. So I put them on and I went, leave it. Too good. So, all right. Um, so yeah, so I would say yes, try five blades. Believe the hype. I'm gonna believe the hype. I'm gonna believe it. And there's a lot of, like I say, we have a lot of options. Um, they look pretty good. As far as the other, those prop guards, wait, guys, wait. I took off all of my duck guards. Everything is gone. It's you got to get the weight off that thing. The more weight you can take off of it, the better. And when I take this out, like when I took this out to the cave, I took these off. Okay. I wanted to get back. So I'm like, I'm taking every ounce of weight off. I want to be able to float back. If I got to fight the wind, I'm going to need that, 30 grams. You do. You freaking need you guys, you need that. Look at that. That's a clown show right there. Guys, that's a freaking clown show. You do not fly a drone looking like that. I will laugh you out of the freaking drone group if you do that to okay? You either go orange or go home. Go orange or go home. Dragon Ball Z joke. I missed that. Let's see. Let's see. I missed the Dragon Ball Z. Let me go back. I have to go back in the chat. Let's see. Yeah. I You think a little bit of Loctite, okay? Come on, Kai. If I just put a dot of Loctite, just a little bit, come on, that can't just eat them freaking props up. A little tiny bit of Loctite. I don't know. Sometimes he's extreme. Yeah, I ate two pairs. Oh, two pairs of green. I want two pairs of orange. 921 each. Yeah, it's too much money. Um, no, Amazon is cheaper, but I don't need that little screwdriver. You know how many little freaking screwdrivers I have? More than I need. All right, guys, we got to cut this sucker off, man. It's Friday. I've been droned to death this week. I do have some ideas. I'm definitely going to fly the Neo with the goggles this weekend. Um, and we're going to keep it stock. I'm going to keep it just like this. This is a stock, but um, I, I, I'll probably leave the guards on. I'm going to top off my batteries. I will fly all three of these. These are very easy to fly up. So that's the one thing. Um, it's the one thing with the Neo. You should use up your. See, if removing broken props and the Loctite won't release, touch the tip of your soldering iron on the screw head and it will loosen the. Oh, cool. You hear that? That is a great freaking. Okay, look at Wild Capture's ideas. Is if you're trying to remove so you just give it a little heat. That's great. Great. That's great idea. That's a great idea. Thank you. That's a good idea. Um, what if Loctite is dry on the screw? I don't know. Um, I I sold a mini to somebody that couldn't get. I had Loctited some aftermarket props on it, but it was a mini. And once I put my mini props on, I mean, I want them on there. I don't want them flying off. And this person could not get them off, so they must have been like a wuss, a real wimpy. But anyway, they were freaking out about it. Oh, I'm just like, dude, man. So if I would have known Jim's freaking hack, yeah, it's not going to melt the blade if you just touch it. Basically, you're transferring the heat through the screw right to the Loctite. That makes sense. Only put on the tip of the screw, right? The very tip, and then let it dry. Those are good hints. Yeah, you don't want wet ass Loctite on there. When you get the screws, the Loctite is dry. It says dry Loctite works one time with one time use screws. So, all right, I'm going to take Kai's advice and just not lock tie them. I'll just check. I'll take that little screwdriver and throw it in my bag. It should be there anyway. And then you know, we have at least a solution, right? So, all righty. All right, guys, if you have not seen it, I added a couple of different. I didn't add a Neo. I should add a Neo. So right here is the flip. Added a new flip icon there, and I added a Pocket 3. Okay, right there. So we got a flip and a Pocket 3 I just added. So I think we need to add a Neo. We just shunned the Neo for our channel emojis. Guys, it's time to go. It is an hour. That's plenty for a Friday. Guys, you have a great weekend. I think we had some good ideas. Come visit us on Tuesday. Tuesday, we are going to have a great time. And we are going to talk about some of these things that we need to talk about. I think replacement antennas should be a part of our topics. We should probably talk about maybe you know, the need for Loctite when it's something that we should use or shouldn't use, when it's overkill and when it's not, because you don't always need to use Loctite. If you just check your screws regularly, um, Loctite can be harmful more than it can be good. So yeah. So I think those things right there. We could talk about. It'd be interesting to learn a hack to put my mini or my Neo into full manual. I don't know that. I'm gonna have to look that up. So if anybody can share that link, that would be nice. Any of our new moderators. Let's see if we have a membership for the month, a membership gift. Not quite yet. I think we're just a couple of days away. for gifting membership. So we do not have a we do not have any. Let's see. Yeah, so we got to wait a little bit before I've gifted all my 10 away. So we will come back to that. Ah, there it is, right there. All right, that's the video. Ah, excellent. Thank you. I'm going to be checking that hack out. So very cool. Yeah, I would like to be able to get that, you know, um, that attitude freaking adjustment out. I need an attitude adjustment. I need an attitude adjustment on my Neo. So, all right. So I will check that out. And yes, actually, we should put that link on our main channel too. It's Fly My Phantom, Drone Hacks Program Video 1. So Fly My Phantom. So that is in there. And we will I'm gonna tell them thanks. Let's see, for the info, comment on there, and we'll subscribe there for Fly My Phantom. Alrighty, guys, I am out of here. It's a it Yeah, we'll see. We'll go look in the hacks and see what they got. Something to look for. So, alrighty, guys, we are out of here. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. And guys, we got another big week coming up, and more information is coming out. I did actually start collecting. We got a little drop on the possibility of a DJI Action 6. Did we just say DJI Action 6? I just got the 5. So there we go. Have a happy weekend. I am out of here. You guys have a happy weekend too. Peace.